Now, y'all know I love real estate. I love to help people buy and sell homes. And I'm going to keep it real with you, man. There is one thing that I really don't like about this industry, right? And you may sense it. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe you sitting on the sidelines, or maybe you just skeptical of people. But like, nobody is here to tell you the truth. And I'm sick of it. Now, I'm not saying that what I'm telling you has to be your truth. That is completely up to you, right? But those who know me or work with me, they know I study this market. And I'm just, man, I've had it up to here, man, like they say. All the people out here that has been telling people stuff that's not all the way true when it comes to real estate, right? Everybody's got something to sell you. Everybody's got something to tell you. Everybody's gonna benefit off of giving you some type of information, which in my opinion, that ain't right. That ain't even all the way right. But they keep giving it to you, and you know what? Some of y'all, it's y'all fault, because y'all keep falling for it. Just be real. You know, there's people out here who get paid to tell you things, right? There's the mainstream media. There's realtors who, of course, are gonna make a commission off of telling you that everything is just great and you're gonna be fine. And then, of course, there's the lenders. Now, if you take some time to really figure some things out for yourself, if you just sit back and just take an objective look at everything that's going on in the real estate market, you can start to figure out some things for yourself. But here's the thing, you gotta stop being a follower, all right? Stop following what everybody else is doing, because it always, or at least most of the time, comes back to bite you. Take, for example, the last couple of years in real estate, when everybody was saying, oh, you gotta buy a house, right? Well, what ended up happening to people who rushed in when everyone else rushed in? Well, that is when people started buying houses and going $20,000, $30,000 over asking price. And whether they know it or not, a lot of those people, especially if you bought FHA, like, you are underwater right now. You can't even sell your house for what you paid for it, or even if you can get what you paid for it, you still owe more than what you can fetch for it when you throw in fees and things like that. So, I mean, history has always shown us that when you pile in and do something that everybody else is doing at the same time, it's not a good idea. So I'm telling you, you gotta stop being a follower and think about things for yourself. And just like, you know, everybody's been seeing Bitcoin rise over the past, I don't know, I would say about a year, because those of you who have been following this channel and actually watch the videos that we actually put out, like, I called Bitcoin rising when it was right at about 29,000 about October of last year. If you don't believe me, like I said, like, proof is there. If you don't believe me, go down to my video and I show you exactly why I said that Bitcoin was rising, and you could just look at it where it comes from there on. So while everybody else was saying that Bitcoin is done, while everyone else was saying that it's a terrible investment to make, here it is. The market genius, once again, was telling you to get on the move and make it happen. But like I said, you don't have to believe me. You can even be one of those people, like, from way back in the day, I don't know what century it was, where it was like tulip mania and everybody was just like buying flowers, and, you know, the market ended up crashing. You can do exactly whatever you want, but just understand, most people, they not telling you the truth, and you gotta stop being a follower when it comes to these things. Just think for yourself. Now, one quick thing that I want to cover for you before we really jump into what this video is about, because, I mean, I'm coaching y'all up about not being followers and nobody telling the truth, but I'm taking this somewhere, so keep rocking with me. But let me explain something to you. The lenders. Now, if you are a loan officer, don't jump in my comments talking about how I'm wrong on this one. This is my opinion, all right? If you don't like my opinion, then that's fine, all right? But the lenders, just realize that when you apply for a loan, right, to get you a house, like one of these houses right here, about 500,000, right? Get you one of these houses right here, and I mean, just look at all the houses that they're gonna be building around here. This is a massive neighborhood, right? $500,000 homes all across here, and Don't even get me started about this is what you're getting for 500K. But back to my point. Lenders, the lenders, they do not work for you. I don't care how friendly they are. I don't care how professional they are with you. They work for the bank. I'll give you a perfect example, right? Show me a lender who will tell the truth that they told people that they could marry the house and date the rate over the last couple of years. Just show me. Just show me, because I'm having a hard time finding any lenders that will actually own up to the fact that they were telling people to date the rate and marry the house. And that was completely wrong. It's gonna screw up a lot of people in the long run, but the lenders, they don't work for you. That's all I'm really trying to say, right? Now, got a little situation with one of my clients, right? Now, we had them under contract, and we were able to get them an incredible deal in terms of closing costs, right? It's a below median price home, right? We were able to get them $13,000 worth of closing costs from the seller. And did you know what the lender did? First of all, for those of you who have never bought a home, very often when you're buying a home, unfortunately, you don't know exactly what you have to bring to closing, which is one of my pet peeves. I mean, honestly, I feel like if you're going to be buying a house, you need to know exactly what you're going to be bringing to closing. But the lender never told the client what they had to bring to closing. At the last minute, they say, oh, well, by the way, you got to bring an extra $2,500. And they were supposed to be getting back, they're losing down payment assistance, they're supposed to be getting back $500 at closing. That went from, you're going to get a credit at closing for $500, so now you got to bring $2,500, so now you got to bring $8,000. And this is all 2 days before closing, all right? So I only bring that up just to let you know that you got to think for yourself. And everybody that says they're for you, it's not always for you, especially in this industry. Now, we're going to get it worked out with my client, but man, the market is a very, very dirty place and a lot of murky waters going on out here. But you already know what time it is, Genius Crew. Let's get into it. Drop the track. Welcome back. It is the Market Genius here to help you invest in your future. This is one of the top channels on YouTube when it comes to actually giving you true information. I don't care if I only got 2,000 followers or wherever we are at, subscribers, Genius Crew members. We appreciate every single one of you that is here. I want you to continue to support the channel. Of course, subscribe. But if you like information about investing, real estate, stocks, crypto, I guess, right now, right? Because it's popping and now everyone wants to finally hear about it, then make sure, like this video, tune in, subscribe. Now, I want everybody to put your thinking caps on, right? I'm trying not to get any of these private residences because, you know, I respect people's privacy. Now, put your thinking caps on, all right? There's something going on when it comes to this housing market. Something going on, all right? Let's just start out with the obvious, all right? Start with the obvious. They are building so many homes. Now, I don't know where you live. Comment below. Tell me if it's different in your market. For those people who live up in the Northeast, I know that new construction there isn't the most frequent thing, right? Currently, we're in Stockbridge, Georgia, suburb of Metro Atlanta. And like, I kid you not, if I really think about it, right, there's this neighborhood that's building, I think there are 133 homes that they're building here. I remember talking to the builder about that. They got this neighborhood, they got another neighborhood about half a mile down the road. There's a D.R. Horton neighborhood, probably about half a mile down the road. There are two other neighborhoods that just broke ground right around the corner. And I mean, I could just go on and on and on, but here in Metro Atlanta, they are building so many houses. And remember, we got our thinking caps on, so we got to start thinking, okay, well, if they're building all of these houses And, I'll be honest, like, these houses, they're not selling like the builder wants them to, at least, right? A couple years ago, you really couldn't even get a house that was like available, right? On the way in, I passed, I think, 4 or 5 houses that were already completely built and available. And then even Friday, when me and my wife were riding around, we went to a country club community, and they probably had about 15 to 20 houses available that were fully completed houses, right? And they had just actually did a price cut of $30,000, all right? So something's going on here with real estate. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what I think is going to happen until we get closer to the end of the video, but just follow me, right? We're just addressing the elephants in the room. So 1, they're building a ton of houses. 2, they're not selling like the builders want them to. And then they're also giving away a ton of incentives, right? So, there are a lot of builders who are doing like $30,000, $40,000 worth of incentives, right? So, you got everything from like buy downs, right, to upgrades that are going in these houses. And if you're buying, I mean, it really is an incredible deal, but you also have to wonder, what is the long-term outlook of something like this? And of course, on top of those incentives, a lot of builders are starting to do price cuts, like that country club community I was telling you about. They just cut all the prices by like 30K, all right? Now, homes in general aren't really selling like they used to. I mean, if you look at the numbers, some people say that home sales are at a 30-year low. I know here in Metro Atlanta, the data that I have in the MLS, we're at least at like a 6-7-year low. And I mean, like in terms of like a 29 county region here in Metro Atlanta, I mean, we didn't even have but a little bit over 5,000 homes sell for the month of October. So we're talking about a whole 29 county region where we only had a little bit over 5,000 homes selling. So you can be the judge on that, right? Now, if we talking about like demographics, and I think that that's really important when it comes to, just trying to forecast anything that's happening in the future. Demographics are really important. Now, millennials, we are supposed to be the people that are next up to be buying homes en masse. Well, there's a little bit of a problem. You see, a lot of millennials have student loan debt, which obviously has a huge effect on your debt to income ratio. That's one piece of it. Next up, you also have the fact that, like, let's just take a house like this, right? Today's rates, house like this, you're probably looking at four grand a month, right? And I know that if you go talk to the lender, if you go talk to the people at the sales site, they're gonna tell you that it's gonna be 3 grand. But one secret that I'll let you know about new construction is when you're paying taxes on a house, just like this one, I told you, beautiful houses. Well, of course, that's subjective, right? Brand new houses that are already built, that are sitting and available, they've got them, right? But when you go talk to the builder, they're not going to tell you the exact price. That's just because they really don't know, or they really don't care. I told you, they ain't going to tell you the truth anyway. But my point is that when you buy a new construction home, for the first year or so, you're paying taxes on the raw land. So there's gonna be like a price shock year 2, and when those property taxes actually end up coming in, then you're going to see a real difference in what you ended up paying off. That's why I say 4 grand. Now, when it comes to millennials, right? Millennials who don't have the same family structure as Gen Z or baby boomers. When I say family structure, I really mean, you know, millennials aren't married at the same rate as other generations. So once again, you're expecting people who have student loan debt, who probably can't afford $4,000 a month. I know I'm not trying to pay $4,000 a month. I would if I had the money, but I ain't got it like that. To just shell out, $50K a year just for some place to stay. No thanks on that. But when you're expecting millennials to pay this, then, like I said, it becomes to get a little bit clearer on what the potential future and risks are that are coming to this real estate market. And these are the things that nobody's telling you. Now let's wrap this thing up, folks, because I got a birthday party to go to. Got a little kid's birthday party, my little nephew having a birthday party. He turned 3. Me and my baby, we're gonna get out there and have a good time. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. All right, here we go. When you look at everything in total that's going on, right? I don't care how you feel about the economy. They just flat out, there's not enough people to buy these houses at the prices they got them at right now. So it gotta be 3 things that can happen. 1 of 3 things gonna happen, and you tell me which one you feel like is the most likely to happen, all right? Number 1, prices drop, all right? Now, I'm not talking about 30K like I just talked about the builder, right? I'm talking about something significant. 50K, 80K, 20-30% drop from where prices are right now. Median home prices for the United States hovering right about 400K. So if you think prices are gonna have to drop, tell me, what is the percentage? 10%, 40K, 20%, 80, 20%, 80K, or 30%, 120K? I'm like, I was hoping nobody wasn't under there. Okay. It should be fine. It just fell, so it should be fine. But it looks like you had it jacked up in the wrong spot. Or like, are we thinking like 30%, right? The second thing is, rates are gonna have to drop. Here we go. Got another one available. So just 2 on the same street, which is probably more on the same street that are available. Second thing is, rates gonna have to drop. Now, for those of you who have seen my videos before, mortgage rates are tied to the U.S. 10-year Treasury yield. And unless we see something catastrophic happen, and those ain't coming down. But if you believe that that's gonna happen, tell me how low they would have to come for people to really start buying again, and for you to feel confident that home prices are just gonna continue to shoot through the roof, all right? And the third thing is, wages will have to increase, all right? So you tell me, home prices have gone up, depending on where you're at, you're talking about 40% since 2020. So is your employer gonna pay you 40% more so you can go buy you a house like this if you can? All right, so you tell me what you think is gonna happen. But I'm telling you, we are gonna see some changes occur in this real estate market that we never anticipated happening over the coming months. So you better buckle up, you better be ready, and of course, if you are making a decision on buying, you better hope that the person that you're working with is gonna give you the true and the real information. If you need me here in Metro Atlanta, you can find my link in the description. Or if you just want to get in contact with me and just run some ideas past me from what you see going on, there goes another 1-2 available houses, right? Contact me. I'm here to help. But I appreciate you. Join the Genius Crew today. I got some really great things coming for y'all. We got the store opening up. Of course, I'm not a designer. I just like to wear clothes that remind me of where I'm going, all right? So if you like apparel like that, Watch out for the Genius Crew store coming. We also got some things coming with the investing side of things, right? You got to learn to invest in your future. So be sure, grab the course. It's only $99. I promise you, I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know about investing, how to read stock charts, how to understand options, how to understand which stocks to buy, crypto, everything, indicators, you name it. All that is in the description. I appreciate your time. Hey, make sure you love yourself, love your family, take care of things. Peace. I'm out.